course. Hey, JT.
Hey, what's up?
Think this will work? Look good enough?
Yeah, I think it looks nice.
The hat's okay?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to give it a shot?
Sure.
How's that?
That was great. Really, think you can help me up? Begin.
So that was good, right?
That went good.
All right, cool. Want to go again?
Sure.
Hello and welcome to Cover by Cover, everyone. I'd probably be a murderer if this wasn't staged.
And it wasn't.
Nope. Today we're going all the way back to the year of Clannad for a legendary relic that we recommended to you guys a couple years ago. So what more could we possibly have to say about it? Nothing! So just go watch it.
Oh, Will, you lazy son of a bitch! Of course there's more we can say! This isn't your run-of-the-mill horror anime. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the likes of which we'll probably never see again. The fuck are you doing?
I'm getting ready to suck Satoshi Kon's dick. Metaphorically, but...
Okay, so you're applying literal chapstick for allegorical necrophilia? You know this bit doesn't make any sense, right?
So now, ladies, gentlemen, imaginary beings, forces of frenzy, this is Paranoia Agent. While the late great Conehead...
Stop, you're just terrible.
Will, what's the deal with all these stupid puns? Why are you acting so out of character? Like, why did you write this?
I'm just trying to keep things upbeat. This isn't exactly fun time. I mean, Satoshi Kon's my favorite director, and we're never going to get anything from him ever again.
Alright, well, why don't I take the wheel while you go ahead and pout in the corner. Alright, where were we? Yes. Paranoia Agent.
After hitting it big with the classics Millennium Actress, Perfect Blue, and Tokyo Godfathers, the late great Satoshi Kon was left with a bunch of ideas and concepts that couldn't fill much runtime on their own and, thrown together, were way too big for any one film to contain. So, instead, he took his one and only shot at an anime series by doing just that. That's right, Paranoia Agent is Satoshi Kon's Table Scraps. You'd never know it though, as what should be a broken mess easily ranks among the greatest of all time because Satoshi Kon was a creative genius.
Alright, you big bitch, are you ready now?
Yeah, fine, just give me the damn thing.
However, just when all seemed well, a horrible plague seeped forward from the earth. Before anyone could stop it, the beast devoured Paranoia Agent, condemning it to the wastes. And that beast, of course, was fucking Genion. It's always Genion. See this box set? This box set I own? This rare copy of the entire series? $400. Yeah, it's one of like 4 or 5 I've ever seen, period. Just get fucked.
So, will we even bother recommending it when there's probably no way for you guys to even watch this?
Can Will stop being such a whiny bitch-made babby?
Let's find out. This, Doms and Subs, is Assault as Therapy, Satoshi Kon's Paranoia Agent.
Most series would start with a cold open to set their tone, but why bother with that when you can mindfuck everyone with your opening? Every single episode. Just check this shit out!
Sure, just your average, dissonant, excessively happy song played over the show's cast of characters, all going insane. This is probably fine. I'm sure it's definitely not an omen for everything to come.
Hey man, how's it going? Alright, good talk. Good day here at the carnival? Get a lot of rides? Okay, well, just one, please. Alright, it's an interesting shirt. Nice mask. It's not hollow. Okay, I'm gonna go have fun. You have a good night, sir.
The anime proper begins with a montage of people ducking obligations who become increasingly stressed out and miserable as it goes along.
Didn't want to do that. I swear, I didn't know about it at all.
I was too busy.
I told you that's not what I wanted.
You gotta be kidding me.
I didn't have any other choice. Oh, come on. Can't you get way to keep it a secret from you?
What do you expect?
I have an upset stomach, so I'm taking the day off.
Sorry, but I can't.
Except this bitch. She's just a huge bitch.
I'm kind of tired, so I'll have to pass. Sorry.
I've done absolutely nothing all day, but I'm feeling like sitting down and continuing to do nothing more than doing absolutely anything with you. Eat a dick.
That's a huge bitch!
To make sure we don't only sound like sarcastic assholes, I want to point out how great the sound design for this opening is. We start with a bunch of people making excuses and being lazy in almost comical moments, but it gradually transitions to people coming up with nonsense to avoid serious obligations, only to devolve into a massive internal monologue that sounds like a collective consciousness of the entire population. As people's faces become more and more pained, it rises and becomes even more cacophonous until it feels like a sonic boom is about to occur. Not surprisingly, this is incredibly important as it is the core concept of the series.
But it's delivered in such a way that you will remember this sequence because of how unnerving and striking it is, not because the show told you to. The organic subtlety of it is fantastic and unique. Good luck finding this in anime today.
Loyalty trumps all! The storm of my loyalty! That is the name of my loyalty.
Meanwhile, Japanese Einstein tries to crack the Da Vinci Code only to be distracted by a hot college girl. Damn it, thoughts ruin everything. Now we'll never invent time travel.
Tsukiko!
I'm tired. My feet hurt. I didn't wear the right blouse. I need to go home.
Ladies and gentlemen, meet our de facto protagonist, Tsukiko Sagi. At some point prior to now, she created this adorably horrifying plush dog named Moromi, which is the 2004 Japanese equivalent of all Beanie Babies rolled into one. Moromi became so popular that the entire company is now looking to her to single-handedly invent their next cash cow. No pressure though.
You're gonna show us all a newborn star to follow up our big money-making doggy Moromi. You need to see the idea for the new character design? And you want to see it by next Monday? Of course! That's no problem at all.
Wow, what a faggot. And not because he's a blatant gay stereotype, no, it's because he's a giant protracted asshole.
Everybody's excited. We can't wait to see your next miracle, Tsukiko.
Jesus, man, have some decency.
On her way home that night, Tsukiko is startled by a homeless woman picking through garbage, and in a blink and you'll miss it shot, Moromi reacts to her too. Tsukiko runs by her so fast that the woman evaporates into the darkness, and as she tries to outrun a tired 80s band, her heel breaks and she trips. She sees all her failed designs, rips her sweater while retrieving one of them, and on the verge of an emotional breakdown...
Convenient bludgeoning is convenient?
Yes, I'm sorry, but I haven't been able to reach her.
We don't have any information about it either.
Like I said, I'm going to the hospital to find out what really happened.
Wow. One employee takes a sick day and your entire company is at risk. What a great business.
I trust you're finding everything in order, Johnson. I'll just need you to balance these books, collect 100 orders by the end of the day, file these reports, and make some deliveries while you're at it. Sound good? Johnson? I see. Well, we better start filing for bankruptcy. Luckily, I just happen to have the forms with me. Johnson?
With Tsukiko sidelined, say hello to our new de facto protagonist. Keiichi, a grizzled detective too old for this shit before he ever enters the series.
What was inside the bag? A wallet or anything important?
It's golden. Maybe...
Must resist urge to assault the assault victim.
And his fresh-faced partner, Mitsuhiro.
What was inside the bag? A wallet or anything important?
It's golden. Maybe a baseball bat.
Oh, you mean the weapon. The momentary glint of metal that you saw was the bat, wasn't it?
Must resist urge to bang the assault victim.
Tsukiko strangely doesn't give them jack shit to work with before seemingly being overwhelmed by some strain of PTSD. This seems like a hefty overreaction for a random kid smacking you in the shoulder, but you'll have to save it for the end of the series. Anyway, a new challenger approaches.
I'm so sorry. After I get paid for my next article.
Your next article? Are you a famous writer? Can you get enough to cover what you owe me? Huh? You gave me your word that you would pay me at your next visit. If you won't pay for my father's hospital bills and suffering, I'll be forced to take legal action again!
I'm really sorry. You rat bastard. Investigating some case?
Yeah, I'm the disgusting, apathetic sensationalism of modern media, which is somehow more relevant than ever 15 years later because my creator was a damn genius. You're welcome, I think.
It would be really bad to get beaten by that.
Only if you really were beaten.
You think she's making it up? Why would she? You shouldn't be so rash. For girls like her, who unconsciously act so fragile and sensitive, you have to be patient and treat her gently. Like the way you peel a ripe peach, yeah?
So do you want to peel her peach?
Less than 2 minutes after these characters have been introduced, you know exactly who they are. You see them play off of a good character and a vile one, almost immediately fleshing out their attitude, candor, and chemistry. Not only that, but you're interested in them and want to follow them as the mystery unfolds. Man, nuanced quality writing like this is just so refreshing.
As we get a look at Tsukiko's description of her assailant, rather than hear her spell the whole thing out because visual storytelling, thank you very much, the detectives head out and we see that the solution to the old man's God equation is 510, which is, in a shot you probably don't think to care about, shown to be Tsukiko's room number.
In another media blitz, we see Skeeve McScuzz buy info from kids via porn, and some bitch makes up some bullshit study on TV for the sake of a narrative suddenly relevant to Tsukiko's assault.
It's widely known there has been an increase in juvenile offenders in our society. But it's hard to believe that an elementary school...
I'm sure it's not my son. Yeah, I knew it. It figures the attacker is some little brat.
Yeah, he's got that metal baseball bat. I read about it on the net.
We must teach children the difference between the virtual world and the real world.
It's so dumb.
So the media is just as reliable as random bullshit rumors. Accurate.
Satoshi Kon confirmed for Time Lord? The detectives decide to follow up on the seemingly legit lead on the old homeless woman from earlier, but find bottom feeder McCarcrash instead. Or maybe he's homeless too. I mean, I'd buy it.
Back at home, Tsukiko gets blindsided by a barrage of internet trolls talking massive shit. In 2004, again, Satoshi Kon had psychic powers.
Don't get bothered by them.
This is probably fine.
Don't worry. It's not your fault.
No, but...
Don't worry so much.
Yep. Yep, this is what happens in the properly functioning brain of a healthy person. Totally.
What's interesting about this, though, is that Tsukiko's apparent panic attacks stir up in response to exactly one thing: people questioning and challenging her claim that she was assaulted. Moromi doesn't say that those comments are wrong, only that she shouldn't listen to them and that, quote, it's not her fault.
It's not your fault. The bad one is.
No.
Very interesting.
Vom Grossman gets Tsukiko's attention with a picture she probably spent minutes on, only to ogle and sexually harass the living shit out of her, but not before yet another comment hits too close to home.
She knows guys love mysterious girls, so she's intentionally acting that way.
Miss Shinohara.
Hey, wasn't she struggling from being in a slump recently?
Miss Mitsui.
Who knows? This could very well just be something she simply made up.
Great pressure on you to create a new character. I totally understand.
All this leads Tsukiko to give a more complete description to the detectives, and it culminates in yet another striking sequence that shows our villain, now named Little Slugger, almost gradually coming into existence as random rumors flesh him out more and more. We then see that Tsukiko's apartment number is also 510.
And as she desperately makes her escape from our least favorite character ever,
Hello again.
Finally, after another headline confirming the plot of the show, the episode ends. No. I'm all full up on mindfuck music, thank you very much. The episode ends.
To begin, a rabbit jumps behind the moon.
Okay, I need a break from the bazaar.
Jesus, that was exhausting.
I know. There was so much going on the whole time. There wasn't a wasted scene, line of dialogue, or anything. I feel like I watched half a fucking series.
Do we even need to watch the second episode?
No, but we're gonna.
Oh, alright.
If you were uncomfortable at all with that last episode, prepare to poop yourself because this next one is some serious batshit. Wave goodbye to literally every single character we were introduced to last time, and say hello to Yuichi Taira, the most popular kid in school. Apparently, his adoring fangirls call him Sex Rex or something. Yes, that's what I said.
Jesus come back from the dead literally has the perfect life. But as you may have noticed, the simple visual of him wearing golden rollerblades immediately makes your heart drop. And with good reason.
Good morning. Good morning.
Things escalate very quickly as God Incarnate finds a death threat on his desk and immediately blames his short, fat underdog opponent in the class president race as this massive shock to the system starts to fray his psyche.
Completely ignored.
My mom was saying that. I think so too.
Talking behind my back. Everybody is manipulated by the media.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight at 11, a middle schooler's thoughts on our current social climate. If it wasn't immediately clear already, it becomes pretty apparent now that these one-off characters are and will be doubling as stand-ins for ideas and messages. I mean, this isn't really a problem, but I'm a little bit strained by a kid having any concept of people being manipulated by the media. Just saying, a little believability can go a long way.
Next, Yuichi's tutor tries to help him, but he shuts her out and, instead, decides to fuck things up even worse.
Since you have no chance of winning the election by playing fair, you figured you'd try and destroy my reputation. Isn't that right? Huh? Ichi, shut up!
Another innocent child's life destroyed. Who the hell am I and what is my pathetic fucking life?
And now we have reached the point of no return. We never do find out who took those pictures, but we shouldn't, because Yuichi, our window into this story, is in no state of mind to look for him. The school's hatred for their former lord and master continues to grow, and after he gets interviewed by the police, decide that he is confirmed for Little Slugger because, after all, this show has a point to drive home.
And now's a good time as any to talk about it. Everybody in this show, including the society at large, wants a distraction, a dumpster fire, a scapegoat. They live on rumors, and regardless of what the truth or reality might be, these rumors become the new reality and drive the narratives that people would rather believe because it allows them to focus away from their own personal problems. Paranoia Agent, first and foremost, is a harsh, violent attack on escapism, our obsession with it, and the destructive role that it can play in society at large. The point of the first episode was to set up the plot and all its major players, but the point of this episode is to establish the theme and message Satoshi Kon wants us to ponder, and, if anything, this examination is far more uncomfortable and quieting than any disturbing imagery he can conjure.
Yuichi Taira was everyone's idol, but when they got bored with holding him up so high, they turned and devoured him. It was fun to adore him for a while, but that got old, so now hating him is all the rage, and all it took was a single bad thing that the other kids want to believe to turn that tide. It's something we see happen all the time with celebrities, but that's stuff we can distance ourselves from. This isn't.
We are now stuck, much for the worse, inside Yuichi's head. We see his horrible demise through his eyes. We see him as an insecure bully willing to lash out first, but now as an innocent victim preyed on by a voracious mob. It's a clash of character that we're forced to deal with as we sit here and squirm, and in doing so, become indicted ourselves because, let's face it, we've all done this exact thing before. We have all been the mob.
Speaking of which, Yuichi tries desperately to find an ounce of escapism himself, but is instead left sad and alone on his birthday. You know, kids are shitheads. I say we kill them all. That's what Kon wants me to do, right?
My school counselor told me that I needed to be positive, and that I should take on many new challenges after I moved to this school.
I wish he would get attacked. Huh?
Oh man, this is the best day ever! There is a god! Oh fuck, Jesus fuck!
When Ushiawa was attacked, I was right next to him. Everybody knows that I hated him.
And as Yuichi's mind finally snaps completely, the episode ends.
Everybody! It's Little Slugger! The real Little Slugger! It's Little Slugger!
So, did he actually... Oh, thank Christ it's over. I mean, I think I might need actual therapy.
Well, JT, I feel like there's probably no point in me even asking, but...
Abso-fucking-lutely I would!
Alright then.
I genuinely don't know if we could possibly encapsulate in a single video just how immense this experience is. We watched 2 episodes, just over 40 minutes, and I got more substance and profound ideas than I get nowadays from entire series. Every moment feels crafted with the greatest care. Every line either delivers character, impact, or both at the same time. And everything the show wants you to feel and think about is delivered so confidently, with no effort to beat you over the head with it. Sure, it has its obvious message, but that's just the surface. What lurks beneath it is far more crushing, and for an animated series to have that effect is almost unfathomable.
On top of all that pretentious bullshit,
hey!
The story is incredibly intriguing. Who the hell is this Little Slugger? Where did he come from? What is the deal with Tsukiko Sagi? And what is Gutstis? I need to know where this show is going, and even if the ride is going to be painful, exhausting, and downright agonizing, I refuse to quit. And you shouldn't either.
Well, I hope we have something a hell of a lot lighter planned for next time, because I don't know if I'll be ready for round 2 of something like this.
Actually, I think I do have an idea for what we could watch. There's this one called Pupa? I think it's about butterflies. Sounds like it could be pleasant. So is that a no?
It's a never. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Cover by Cover. I'm Will Ryan.
And I'm JT Kamp, reminding you at home, add butterflies to the list of irrational things that Will hates for some reason. Why?